Yeah.
But I've never come backstage when you've sounded just so tired.
Yeah.
It sounded like you've been in it for a long time.
It's rare that I get deep into a third verse. Normal days when you're not here, I rock the first verse. Occasionally we'll dip in a second.
You probably don't have as much experience with the third and fourth verses.
I'm not familiar with music. That's not my thing.
He actually, towards the end of the song, got sincerely worried.
Yeah.
I can tell you how this went just now, by the way. It was like, all right, so we got the ready. So we have a little time to take to the green room. Got to the green room, sat down. My mistake, wrong message. They're on stage singing for me.
Yeah, the first verse was like, he's obviously taking a poop, but it smells like gold. Don't ask me why I know that, but I do. And that was kind of fun. The second I was like, ooh, now I'm getting worried. Where's Misha? The third was like, I'm honestly worried. Stop the song. You're here, and that's important.
I am here, and that is important.
Do you need our help for anything? Whoa. Right?
Got it?
Yeah. Do you need our help setting anything up or anything?
No, but I might see about finding a chair of some sort.
Can we have a chair for Misha? We can do that, Misha. There are 5 of us. We can make that happen. Don't leave the stage, though. It's a bad idea if you walk away. Because I don't have another verse in me.
I have my new this I do the meet and greet, the adventure meet and greet. And
The one where you set the floor
there's
down?
always somebody in the room. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Great service. And there's always somebody in the group who either has the wrong footwear on or is, has a difficult time walking or has a cane or recently, broke their ankle or something. I'm like, suck it up, come on! Oh, cry me a river! But now that I'm geriatric and have hip replacements, I was like, guys, can we just stay here? What is an adventure anyway? Can we just have an adventure of words? And the answer is no, they didn't pay for that.
Good.
Yeah.
No, they're going to run you into the ground.
Yeah.
All the way to that new hip.
Why am I getting hip surgery? Because of the adventure meet and greets.
That's right. Well, you did almost burn down one of the cities we were in, I remember that.
That's true, yeah. Well, in fairness, it wasn't me, it was the fire I started.
That's true. Good point.
Not to quibble, but...
No, that's fair. Guys, I'm going to get out of your hair and leave you all alone with Mr. Misha Khan.
Everything is so weird. How is everyone? By show of force, how many of you are from close by, like within a 50 mile? How many are from further away? Wow, so there are actually more people here from out of town than in town. How many international people? Not that many. Rather feeble showing, actually. What? Oh, wow. It would be the British that would say, so full of themselves. Your empire is gone. So is ours, though, so. Well, this morning, I spent a fair amount of time in Washington, D.C. in my youth. Actually, right between my youth and my geriatric years. I was here when I was something. Like right early 20s. And I did things like I interned at the White House, and I worked at National Public Radio headquarters, and I felt at that time bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, full of hope. Obviously, all of that is gone. And I went this morning. I went by the White House and sort of had a little walk down memory lane. When I was in the White House, this was really the pre-digital age. In fact, when I was working at NPR, I would help edit the audio tape sometimes, which was still audio tape. And the editing was done with a razor blade. We were cutting the tape and taping it back together again. Isn't that amazing? Isn't it? So now does the hip replacement make sense? So at the White House, I didn't have a great experience. It was in the Clinton administration, and the one thing that I felt like I got out of it was I wrote an op-ed piece about the Monica Lewinsky scandal and how pretty much every intern in the building would have done the same thing given the opportunity. I never quite summarized it that way, but I think that's like the piece. I have to say, just total sidebar, I love what Monica Lewinsky has done in recent years. If anybody's been paying attention to her, she's like a real incredible voice. And the hindsight, like from looking back through the filtered lens of the post-Me Too era at what she went through back in the 90s, she was such a victim, and she was so scrutinized and victimized, not only the first time around by her employer, but also by the press and by the public. She was just crucified in a horrible way. And what she's doing now is such a show of resiliency and a testament to a really great character on her part. So, but I wanted to talk about my accomplishments. We were walking by the White House this morning, and there were some signs up front that me, Vicky, and the kids took pictures in front of, and the signs were like, arrest Trump, impeach Trump, things like that. And I got a phone call in front of the people who were holding up the signs we just taken a picture of, and I was like, yeah, we're taking some pictures in front of some pro-Trump banners. And the woman holding it was like, no, this is, I think the text speaks for itself. Don't worry. So they have the security gate where the staff of the White House walk out, walk back in again. And there was a kid who was like 22 in a really, really tight-fitting suit. It was clearly the suit that his parents had gotten him when he was a sophomore in high school, and now he hadn't gotten a new one yet. I, on the other hand, when I was a White House intern, I had my dad's hand-me-down suit that was 4 sizes too big. So I looked like some strange marionette puppet. I had 2 suits that I wore, like I alternated days at the White House, and I didn't know anything about wearing a suit. I was like this weird little hippie kid with long hair and tie-dyed shirts that I rarely changed, but I knew that I had to wear a suit when I was in the White House, so I wore the suit, and I got, on the first day, taken aside by my boss at the White House, who was like, Misha, you can't wear those white tube socks. What are you talking about? What other socks am I supposed to wear? I was completely oblivious. But every day, I'm just rambling, I'm sorry, but I had to share the story. So every day when I would leave the White House, so you come into the White House, they had a metal detector, and then they would give you this lanyard, sort of like your gold passes or whatever, but significantly less valuable. They give you this lanyard, and and it said White House, official guest, and it was laminated and kind of fancy. And then when you came back out, you dropped your lanyard in, for lunch, you would drop your lanyard in the little basket, and then go back out security, and then when you came back, you get a new one. And I thought, well, if you put it in your pocket instead of in the dish, who's gonna be the wiser, right? So I, every day, was able to, because of lunch and then going home, I was able to collect 2 top security White House clearance passes a day. And I did what anyone would do with my collection once I was done with my stints in the White House. I made a little mobile, so it looked like this sort of sculptural hanging chandelier of sorts with all of these White House passes. And a friend came over and picked one up. It was hung prominently in my home. And a friend came by and I was like, oh my God, is that real? And I was like, yeah. And then he flipped it around and read the back, and it said it was a felony to have possession of one of these outside of the grounds of the White House. But statute of limitation. Rings of official White House stationery. These are the things that I took away from my experience at the White House. Literally took away. I was going to say I'm not proud, but then I am proud. Of course I'm proud. Such an idiot. Just so you know what went on in the White House, there was me, and I was like, really clinically, probably should have been hospitalized because of dyslexia. And I was just unable to spell anything, still am, but imagine it 100 times worse. And I was in charge of responding to mail that came from other government offices, so the governor, of Florida would write to the president, and I would write back. And of course, it was the governor's intern was writing me the letter, and I was writing the letter back. But I guarantee you, the spelling and punctuation errors that went back to the governor of Florida from Bill Clinton, because he would sign it. What is wrong with Bill Clinton? We must be hammered. He can't string 2 words together. It was the Office of Presidential Personnel, which is the office that's charged with making presidential appointments. So, when you want to appoint somebody to be Secretary of Agriculture, or there are 3,000 other positions in the government that the president appoints each term. And now, I think there's probably only about 15 people working for the current president, but they all keep quitting. They're going out, they're on monster.com. Please, somebody, give us a fucking job. We just need a Secretary of Defense. This looks really bad. But anyway, we would get these applications in too, and we had to sort of process all of the mail. And some of the stuff would be letters of recommendation coming from, former Secretary of Defense for the position of ambassador to Norway. But some of the applications would be there would be people that were just sending in applications on their own behalf. And one was a former Miss America. I still have her application. She sent in all of these incredibly soft, focused, booby photos, 8 by 10 photos of herself that were borderline pornography, but not quite. And I was there right before Monica Lewinsky, so she knew something that I didn't know about the president, but it was amazing. And then there was another guy who sent in an application that said that he should be Secretary of Agriculture because God spoke to him in the bathroom of the Mayflower Hotel and told him that he should be Secretary of Agriculture. And if he wasn't appointed, he would take matters into his own hands. Anyway, I wrote him back. I I wish I still had a copy of my response, but I don't. I wrote back as God. But that's a story for another time. Hi.
Hey there, Agent Beyonce, how you doing?
I'm very well, thank you.
So, you've been an integral part of the show since season 4. Been on there for a while. So.
Sometimes I'm more of a background expert, but
Well, when did you really start feeling a part of the cast? Like really part of the Winchester family?
I'm hoping that by the end of this season,
we all are.
so, you know, I mean, I have to say, when you come on, when you're an actor and you come onto any show as a guest star or even a recurring guest star or even a new series regular, you're always coming into you know, it's a bit of a family. Everyone knows each other. You're the new kid at school. It's a little bit hard to figure out what the dynamics are. You know, sometimes you'll be a guest star on a show, and the stars of the show are prima donnas who hate guest stars, and they try to eat you alive. And I've had that experience, and it's pretty awful. So you come in kind of anxious. You know, people can have you fired at a whim. You know, like, I don't like that character. Get him out of here. Especially when my character on Supernatural was recurring, I was like, really wanted to be liked. And really wanting to be liked is a surefire way to not be liked. So everyone can smell that kind of desperation. But I also hadn't watched Supernatural when I was young. Still haven't, but I was unaware of the fact that the supernatural characters on the show, like the demons and whatnot, sort of act more or less like regular people. So when I heard that I was an angel, I created a little kind of strange character that I thought was like this angelic character. And Jared and Jensen were like, what the fuck is this guy doing? Has he not watched the show? And I had. So it's not my fault. So it was. It took a little while to feel like I was a part of the group, and then also because I was, I wasn't a regular character. You know, you never know when your character is going to be killed off, and Supernatural has a habit of killing people off or non-people, and so I was always like, oh, am I going to get killed off? How long am I going to last? And it wasn't until maybe you know what it was? It was when I went in to speak with the writers in season 7, and they said, here's how it's going to go this season. You're going to be killed a couple episodes in, and that'll be it. You're not coming back. I was like, oh, I really feel like part of the family. No, it was so when they resurrected me at the end of season 7, and I felt like, oh, you know what? They can't even successfully kill me off. Thank you.
Nice to meet you.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
Good, thanks.
I was going to ask what the biggest influence of the cookbook was, but that seems to be quite
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, it's a children's family cookbook. Come on.
Was there a recipe that did not make the cut that you wish did?
I can do one better. There's a recipe that did make the cut that I wish didn't. So the cookbook it is a cookbook, and it is designed to help families make some tasty things together. But it's designed to be more than that. It's also designed to introduce kids to new foods. And it's also designed to help show families how cooking and eating together can be a bonding experience and even a conduit of love. Like, it can be a way that you can convey love and affection to your young ones, and they can reciprocate in turn. And so it's about all of those things. So And part of that process is about giving the children license to explore and helping them see that the kitchen is not a scary place, but it's a playground where they can be inventors and they can feel empowered. And they shouldn't always. Because sometimes they make disgusting things. And one of those things, we do this thing from time to time in the morning where I'll say, let's make something that no one has ever made before for breakfast. And they're like, oh, great idea. And this was one of those instances. They said, how about breakfast popsicles? And I thought, great, we have orange juice. And they thought, great, we have orange juice, and bacon and eggs. And so we put scrambled eggs and cooked bacon and orange juice and toast in the blender. Sorry, I'm still getting the chills. And then we froze it. And they waited by the freezer like they were watching the Olympics. Like they couldn't wait for this thing to come out. And I, on the other hand, was sitting there like I was about to be executed. And it came out of, this has been proven in our experimenting over and over again, but when the kids are part of if it's their invention and it's their part of the process, they think it's great, no matter how awful it is. And so they ate 2 breakfast popsicles each, and I was like, And Vicki and I fought about that particular item in the cookbook because she was like, but this is showing like their inventiveness and also proving the fact that if a child is involved in the process that they will want to explore new foods. And I was like, I don't care. It's putting something evil into the world. And so she won that argument and we sent the draft to the publisher. The publisher said, guys, love the cookbook. There's a recipe in here that's a sin. Would you be okay if we removed the breakfast popsicles? And I said, thank you. And I was like, a fist pump. And I was like, suck it. And then the publisher wrote back 2 weeks later. And he's like, I just can't stop thinking about that recipe. I think we should put it back in. I reread the book, and I feel like it should go back in. And so, unfortunately, and this is a public apology, I'm sorry. That is in there. Thanks. So that might be, hold on a second. As I limp backstage. That might be a good segue. Was that a good segue, you guys? Wasn't that a good segue? Wouldn't that have been a good time?